That's right. Bitcoin's probably suffering from the Mt. Gox, starting distributions in July. That was a huge overhang for many years. But if I was invested in crypto knowing that one of the biggest overhangs is going to disappear in July, I think it's a reason to actually expect a pretty sharp rebound in the second half.
Fundstrat Global's head of research, Tom Lee, says Bitcoin to have a pretty sharp rebound in the second half of the year. We obviously know today collapsed Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox, about to unload $9 billion of coins starting in July. It was back in 2014, the exchange got hacked. There was over 20,000 creditors. The long legal process has taken 10 years. And while this was announced, this was happening back here. And thus the market priced it in. The institutions, via the ETFs, have still been buying. And now with Bitcoin news, Ethereum upgrades, altcoin news you need to see, watch today's whole video as we uncover Tom Lee's next price targets for Bitcoin by the end of this year.
It's July 1st. You have a new target for the end of the year.
And let's actually start with traditional markets. Tom Lee expects the S&P 500 to keep going up. I think the end of this year will be the day of reckoning for those who are still sitting on cash.
The S&P earnings might even be above what you thought.
Yes, I think that now that we're at the mid-year, 2025 earnings look a lot stronger than we thought at the start of the year. We thought maybe 260. It's probably closer to 275, maybe 280, even 285. And I think the multiple we thought originally could be 20 times that number for next year. But given the Fed has more reasons to be dovish, and I think maybe the employment picture is softening, PE multiples actually could be higher next year. So I'd say between now and year end, stocks should be higher. I mean, we've had a strong first half already, and second half won't be as strong as the first half, but we should build upon those gains. So yeah, it looks pretty good.
So if the S&P 500 is around 5,400 today, and we have half the year remaining, where will this be in 6 months?
A little bit more than 20%.
Which would be after last year's
24.
24. That's
Yeah.
a couple years no one really expected, I don't think.
That's right. I mean, that's painful for people who've been sitting in cash for 2 years, earning 5% because they missed out on a 50% gain, and that's 10 years worth of sitting on cash. So I think the end of this year is a little bit of a day of reckoning for those who've said, oh, I'm happy with my $6 trillion in cash earning 5%, when in reality, unless the economy is rolling into recession, the expansion will continue for some time.
And now, what is Tom Lee's updated Bitcoin forecast for the rest of 2024?
You know that my insecurity about crypto.
But first, just understand that the space in general, globally, is evolving. Just in, $103 billion Sony to launch Bitcoin and crypto exchange. This is mass adoption. It's taking place today. Sony gets ready to launch crypto exchange in Japan with acquired Amber platform. So actually, they are revamping an old exchange, which they now own. Japan's multi-industry conglomerate Sony is getting ready to launch a crypto exchange subsidiary by revamping local trading platform Whalefin, which it acquired last year. Whalefin has been renamed to S.Blocks Co., which plans to collaborate with Sony's group's other businesses to generate additional value for its crypto trading services. Yet, if you're invested in Bitcoin, this is huge, and for gaming and for NFTs, you may remember the PlayStation maker also filed a patent last year for more flexible use of NFTs as in-game assets that it dubbed super fungible tokens. So Bitcoin is not shrinking, Bitcoin adoption globally is growing. And Ethereum news, Vitalik Buterin proposes faster Ethereum trades with single slot finality. So the Ethereum main chain to become faster and cheaper, maybe compete with Solana. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin is looking to speed up transactions on the Ethereum network by using tools that would potentially cut L1 confirmations from a few seconds to now milliseconds. Now this has just been proposed, it has not been passed yet, but what Vitalik stated, he proposed moving away from Ethereum's current epoch and slot mechanism to a single slot finality system. And if that sounds too confusing, just understand, according to Buterin, the Ethereum merge, which happened back in 2022, has reduced L1 transaction confirmations to now just 5 to 20 seconds. That is roughly competitive with the experience of paying with a credit card. Well, they're not trying to compete with credit cards anymore. They're trying to compete with blockchains like Solana. And in a direct quote, there is value in improving user experience further, and there are some applications that outright require latencies on the order of hundreds of milliseconds or even less. So if you hold Ethereum, you like this, update on Polkadot. Now this news we alerted you the other day. DOT ETF getting closer every day. Polkadot is inevitable. The reason people suspect a Polkadot ETF is because Coinbase applied to have Polkadot futures. The Polkadot futures contract will be a monthly cash-settled and margined contract with the following specs. They have applied directly to the CFTC, and while this by itself is not an ETF, it's not Polkadot settled, it's just cash settled. These were the steps that we saw before the Bitcoin ETF. Barstool founder Dave Portnoy continues to speak about Bitcoin to his millions of followers.
Do not cry to me if you get rug pulled in any crypto like I did with SafeMoon.
Now, in this specific question, he was commenting on YouTube personality SteveWillDoIt, who just launched his own meme coin.
What I realized is that the crypto community and the entire Twitter needs a hero.
In my opinion, expect something like this to go to zero. In my opinion, something like this is just a money grab.
I am going to be the hero. I'm going to be the hero for X, for the crypto community. I swear to God, money over legacy, or Jesus Christ, legacy over money.
Of course, to be fair, I'd love to talk to Steve, invite Steve for a conversation if he really believes in this.
Steve will do its crypto hero be another rug. I didn't know he had that. The only crypto anybody should be involved in is spelled BITCOIN. I've learned that the hard way. If you want to try to make quick bucks, do not cry to me if you get rug pulled in any crypto like I did with SafeMoon. You have to know you're probably getting rug pulled going in. It's all a Ponzi scheme, only Bitcoin.
But either way, cool to get the media attention for Bitcoin. Big news for Bonsai, which is like the WordPress for Web3, building no-code solutions to create your own AI RWA tokens. The news today is this. Big update. We're launching a new and improved Bonsai 3 token. Our seed token is transitioning to Bay, a new multi-chain token powered by Layer 0 Labs with a new ticker name and enhanced utility. The new Bay token will be the utility token of our ecosystem. And rest assured, there will be a 1-to-1 token swap, seed for Bay, and the maximum supply will always remain the same at the same 1 billion tokens across all layers, zero inflation. So enhanced utility, usability, and an upgrade for the Bonsai 3 platform. And finally, as Fundstrat's Tom Lee is gearing up for that sharp rebound for the rest of 2024, what is his updated Bitcoin target?
You know that my insecurity about crypto manifested itself again in my feet of clay because I said, Tom Lee's going to be absolutely right about the 5,500. Why is he still saying 150 for Bitcoin? Why do that? Why not just focus on stock? Don't stick your neck out because it was falling below 60,000. Now it's back to almost 63,000. So that 6 trillion we just talked about, that sort of plays into your Bitcoin thesis.
That's right. Bitcoin's probably suffering from the Mt. Gox, starting distributions in July. That was a huge overhang for many years. But if I was invested in crypto knowing that one of the biggest overhangs is going to disappear in July, I think it's a reason to actually expect a pretty sharp rebound in the second half. So I think 150 is still within.
It's already July 1st, so that's so you're not taking that off the table. That's still a possibility.
That's right. And one thing to keep in mind, Bitcoin makes most of its gains with 10 days every year. If you take out the 10 best days in a single year, Bitcoin actually has negative returns.
And if you're looking to hang out, have a beer, use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off your tickets to Bitcoin Nashville. Only 4 days remaining until ticket prices go up, so link down below, use code Altcoin Daily. See you tomorrow.